Sweet, sweet Jamaica. Have you ever considered migrating to the mystical island of Jamaica? Join me, Michelle Moore, and special guests as we explore the world of Jamaica with those at home in Jamaica and those away in the diaspora, right here on the Home and Away Show. Hi, this is your host, Michelle Moore, and your show, Home and Away Jamaica. Yes, Jamaica, that sweet, soulful island, land of wood and water that so many of you love and adore. And you know, it's not just a holiday or a wedding destination. So many people are migrating or have migrated to this wonderful island that has so much to offer. So I want to hear about all these stories, and I'm sure a lot of you out there want to also. Here on the line we have Sandra Lynch-Grant, born and bred in the UK, North London, and she spread her wings and set up shop and home in Jamaica now. She's running her own business, a successful, driven woman who's fulfilled her dream and still has so much more she wants to accomplish. So Sandra, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Do you know what? I was so intrigued to speak to you because when I first had that brief chat with you, what resonated for me was when you said, I'll come to Jamaica for quality of life and not quantity of work. I love that.
Well, yeah, that's what I come for. I mean, don't get me wrong, I work hard and I put in the hours, but whereas when I was in London, I was just working all the time and I wasn't enjoying it. To be honest, I was just sick of it. Mm-hmm. But here, I work 4 days a week, and hopefully by January, the way the plan is going, I'll be down to 3 days a week. I mean, don't get me, I'll still be working, but I'll be able to work from home, and it's just a better atmosphere. For me, it's a better place to live. Mm-hmm. I just enjoy it. You know, you're sitting there saying you're wrapped up and it's cold, and I'm sitting here thinking, I need to turn the AC up just one more notch.
All right, you don't need to rub it in.
You know, but yeah, it is. I get up in the morning, I open all the doors, I sit out on the veranda sometimes, I'll have my breakfast and just, you know, pencil out, you know, my to-do list.
Yeah.
And look out at the view and I'm like, seriously? You know, it's not a vacation. I actually live here. And that's how I still feel like that.
And it's a big difference, vacation and living in Jamaica, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. You know, I'd say it has its issues. You know, just because, yes, I do love living here and things like that. There are issues, just like there are anywhere else. Right. And there's things that you have to get through and get over, just like anywhere else. But I still prefer it here.
It's being around that environment, isn't it? You'd rather do it in that kind of environment where it's tranquil. There's a different kind of freedom, a freedom of life and mentally, you know?
There is definitely a freedom of life and mentality. And also, it sounds strange, but I like looking around and seeing the same faces, the same people looking back at me. I actually like it. I really do.
Being around your people.
Yeah, I do like it. You know, I really do like it. And I never thought about it until I got here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the feeling it gives you.
Mm.
Is that having that connection, that deeper connection, I think?
I think, yeah, I felt it one other time, and that was when I went to Atlanta. Mm. When I went to Atlanta, Georgia, I felt it there. I saw black people and I saw them differently. They were affluent and it wasn't, you know that stigma. It is. I don't care what anyone says. You've got that thing. You're in London and somebody will see a black person driving a nice car and the first words come out of their mouth is, oh, I wonder what they're selling. What kind of drugs are they doing? And I'm like, why would you think that? Because somebody's driving a nice car. I'd probably think, God, they've got good credit. You know, something like that. Whereas here, I mean, the first time I ever saw an X5 was when I came to Jamaica back in the day.
Yeah.
And I remember going back to England and saying to one of my family members, I've just seen this BMW Jeep. And they literally, because their partner was in the motor trade, they literally called me a liar and said to me, oh, you know, BMW doesn't make a Jeep or an SUV. blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, I know I saw it.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the first time I'd ever seen anything like that. And it was like a couple of years later that they finally started to turn up in the UK. And I'm thinking, this is how people are living. This is how my own black people are living. And I like it.
It's amazing to
You know?
see. And seeing it with
Yeah.
your own eyes and being there. I think that's what it takes to really confirm it, you know? Because like you said, there's lots of hearsay out there. But when people actually see, people have said to me, but are there good jobs in Jamaica? Is there money in Jamaica? Are there
Oh my
successful
God.
people? What are the prospects? Can you progress in life? But how do you know until you actually get there and experience and see for yourself? You know, because I could speak all day long about it, but they have to experience.
When you look at the houses, that these people build, and I'm talking, some of these people have never left Jamaica.
Right.
You know, some of them have never had the opportunity and left Jamaica, or some people call it an opportunity, some people don't. They have worked hard and they have built. I've seen people that have built like, you know, they buy these lots and they've built a little 2-bed scheme house and then they extend on it.
Mm-hmm.
And you stand there and you look at it and I'm like, where did the space? How did you build? How did you get that out of
that? Yeah.
You understand? But you have to see it yourself to believe it. You know, and these are just people who just work hard.
Right.
And they've got a dream and they get on with it.
Exactly.
You know?
Make it happen.
And exactly. They make it happen and it can happen.
Exactly.
And I'm here making it happen. That's what I come here to do.
You are. And I want to hear more about your story. So you, born and bred, grew up in Edmonton, North London.
Well, I grew up in Tottenham. I was born at North Middlesex Hospital. But I grew up practically all my life in Tottenham. I'm from Tottenham.
North London.
That's where I come from. That's where I was born. That's where I grew up. Went to primary school at Stanford Hill. Moved from South Tottenham to Broadwater Farm. And sort of just grew up from there. Went to school. Opened my businesses there. And just worked all my life there.
Okay.
And then one day I just decided that I wanted to come home. And as my mother always used to say, what are you talking about, come home?
I was just about to say, why did you refer to that as home?
I travelled constantly, every year, 2-3 times a year, backwards and forwards to Jamaica. The more I came, the more I loved it, the more I wanted to be here. Every time I got back on a plane to go to England, it became more of a chore. And then I remember one day thinking to myself, I remember getting to the airport and sitting outside as you do. And I remember saying to myself, when I come back to Jamaica and I buy my ticket, I want my return ticket to be coming back here. So it doesn't matter where I go in the world, my return ticket has got to say Jamaica.
Wow.
And that's what I planned for. And that's what I did. I ran a successful hairdresser. And then I came to Jamaica one day on holiday, had some jerk chicken, went back to Tottenham, opened a restaurant, ran that for 20 years, very successfully, done really well out of it, but still wanted to come back to Jamaica. I just wanted to live here. Sold the business and ended up spending another 5 or 6 years in the UK and I live and left. And then I came back to Jamaica in 2008, the beginning of 2008. I came back in May. I came back for a week and spent a month. And when I got back to England, I was like, right, that's it. I said to my husband, I'm going to Jamaica for 2 years and I'm going to see if I make it. If I make it, I'll stay. If I don't make it, I'm coming back.
So you didn't say, are you coming with me? Do you want to come? Let's talk about it. You just said, you're going to Jamaica for 2 years.
Yeah. And he went, okay then, he'll support me. And I came. And we went through my ups and downs. But even with the stresses, I still never thought of going back home. It never crossed my mind to just pack up and go back to England. It was like, well, this has happened and I'm just move on, just get on to the next thing. And then I got a job. I got a job working for a barrister. And when I got the job, I remember going in and saying to her, look, this is what I want to do. I'm going to open my own business. So will you teach me? And she was like, yeah, she was all open to it. It's all great. And I went in I started working with her, and then 7 months into it, it's coming up to Easter, and she just turned round and she fired me. She said to me, I'm too confident, I'm too friendly with the client, and because of that, she's going to fire me. She doesn't trust me, so she's going to fire me. So I looked at her and I was like, okay then, and I left. A week later, she put me in the Gleaner. Now, in Jamaica, they have the local newspaper, the Star, and she got a picture of me, and she put me in the Star. Great big headline. Sandra Lynch-Grant no longer works for this company. And it was a friend of mine who said to me, oh my God, she put you in the Gleaner. I'm like, what are you talking about? So I literally walked over to the shop and got the newspaper. And there I was. There was my picture. Great big headline. Sandra Lynch-Grant no longer works for this company. And I thought, oh, she's having a laugh. I thought, what's she doing? Why would you do this? So I thought, okay. So I went back home, got dressed, went straight to St. Lamar where they put the ads in paper. I used the same picture and I put right next to it, I no longer work for this company, as was said. This is true, but I now work for myself.
Fantastic.
So if you need me to assist you with your visa applications, this is my number.
This is how to contact me. So you put a nice spin on a negative situation.
I never looked back.
Look at that.
I never looked back.
Wow, you're a strong woman.
So then I opened my own office.
Right.
I started off in Flight Road in Kingston, just one room. After 8 months of that, I moved to Burlington Avenue to a nice little office suite. And then November to August of this year, I just moved into Eastwood Park Road, right downstairs from Junior Reed's building. I've gone from myself to employing 3 members of staff and looking to take on another young lady first week of December.
Wow. So you're basically showing her how to do it. But you turned it around to your advantage. You're now employing people and running your own show. So congrats to you.
Thank you.
It's amazing. I'm still quite intrigued by the fact that your husband's in the UK and you're still there. What has captured you? Because that's a big thing. You've got Jamaica on one side, your marriage basically on the other. What has kept you in Jamaica? It must be so hard, this push and pull, the love at both ends of the spectrum.
Honestly, I've just got a good husband. There's no other way of putting it. I don't care what anyone says. I've just got a good husband. He's just supported me. You know, we're on the phone every day. We Skype. I mean, I've got him on Skype now, finally. I've got him on because he is like a technophobe. He's like, if it's not the phone, that's it. So now he's on Skype. So we're getting somewhere. And I've got him on WhatsApp. So, you know, finally he's getting here. He's been here a couple of times and he'll be here in the next... He'll be here by the end of November, beginning of December, and I've got him some work here. He don't know that yet, but he'll know when he gets here. So hopefully he'll be staying.
Is he planning to stay or just a visit?
No. He's just coming he thinks he's coming for but he's going to be here for about 6 months because I've got him a few jobs lined up.
He thinks it's a couple of weeks holiday, a vacation for you two on the North Coast.
Yes, that's what he thinks.
You paved out his career. Lovely.
But I've got him some really good jobs here, so he'll be here I figure it'll take about between 4 and 6 months.
I see.
But, you know, it can pay the bills and it's all good. My son is coming as well. I said, you're coming to learn the business.
Yeah, rope him in.
Right.
Yes.
I said, you're coming to learn the business. I've only got one child. I've got property. I've got the business. I said, and there's going to be no fighting over who's got to get this and who's got to get that. It belongs to you, so you need to know what it's about.
Right, get them in early.
So he's coming in here and he's going to learn from the ground up everything that's done, what has to be done, and run the business. Because my plan is a 10-year plan, and I'm already 4 years. It's a 10-year plan until I hit 50, and I did that last year, and last Wednesday I hit 51.
Okay.
So I've got 9 years left of my plan. And out of those 9 years, I've only got 4 years left to work because I will be retired by the time I'm 55. Of that, I'm sure.
You've got your plan set. I love it.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to take a quick break and return back to Sandra shortly.
Jamaica Jamaica means a lot to me. Coming like heaven. It's part of me. The connection, the people, the culture, the vibe is just amazing. Like nowhere better than here. Like them saying Jamaica. Love it.
Jamaica means home, a place that contains a melting pot of dynamic culture. It also has dynamic people, which are fun to be around, and just to be a part of a whole entire family.
Jamaica to me means history, culture, and paradise. I love everything, the people, the food, the way of life, the greenness of the island, the sea. I love the way of life in Jamaica more than anything.
I like the sunshine, I like the smile on the people's faces, I love the laid back attitude. Yes, I love the music, I like the people. Jamaicans I have met, in many ways they're like Scottish people.
Jamaica means some of the most interesting people in the world, the home of the greatest music in the world, and oh yes, the best food in the world. What better than ackee and saltfish or potato pudding baked on a coal stove? Not nicer than a nice roasted yellow heart breadfruit. So Jamaica means all those things and more.
Oh, Jamaica mean the world to me because that's the land of my birth. So it mean a lot to me, and that's a place where I would never forget. If it's good or it's bad, it's my home. Mish, I'm not under hearing it.
So Sandra, what I want to know is, how was your life 5 to 6 years ago? How would you describe your life back then?
Just working.
You were just existing
It
day
was
to
just
day.
work. Yeah.
Mhm.
You pay the mortgage, you work. I mean, it was just work. I came home in the evening, I threw my shoes off, I cooked dinner, sat on the chair, watched a bit of telly, went to bed, got up in the morning, went to work. I just worked. It was constantly, it's England life.
Yeah.
It's just constant working. And I wasn't enjoying it. Everything was there, paying the mortgage, you're paying the bills, you just got on with it. But I wasn't enjoying it. And I kept thinking, I want to go home. I just wanted to go home. And I know that there's a better quality of life out there. Sunday I got up, my friends called and said, oh, we're at the beach. We're having lunch on the beach. And I'm like, all right, I'll be there in 20 minutes. I went to the beach and had lunch. Can you imagine doing that in England?
Yeah, go down to Brighton. Bring an umbrella.
Yeah, it's like a couple of blankets, And I've got a friend who's got a place in Ochi, and it's like weekends, they'll be like, oh, come up to Ochi and they'll spend the weekend there, or they'll come by me, and it's just different.
Completely.
It's just different. I live up in the hills, Red Hills, and when I come off the hill to come to work and I look at the view, and I'll say to my driver, the taxi guy that brings me in, and I'm like, I know you guys just take this for granted, but when I look at the view, I look at the mountains, Kingston, the harbour, and I'm like,
amazing.
I can't see this in Tottenham.
I know, amazing.
And the sun is shining, I take my puppy out at 6 o'clock in the morning, and it's just beautiful.
Yeah. And you know what I love?
Yeah.
If it's sunshine, if it's like you said, the view, the mountain, I just feel like I start my day on such a fresh high note.
Yeah.
Regardless of the fact I'll be going to work.
Yeah.
But just to have that amazing start to the day.
Yeah.
Everything else just will work out. And then coming home, looking at the view, looking at the people, watching the sun go down, looking at the lights. That's for me. I've just captured everything within that day, and not just focusing on the duties of work,
Getting on that tube. Even when I think about it, I just get an instant headache. I will cut a jelly in the morning. I'm thirsty. I just cut a jelly, pick off 2 bananas, walk past sour sup tree and think, oh God, there's a ripe sour sup in there. I can smell it.
Oh gosh.
And forage it out and just go home and chop it in half and just
natural juice. It's amazing.
It's just different.
So, what do you think you've learned that's been the most significant for you?
Do you know what? Life's too short. I look at my Facebook page and I look at the amount of my friends, colleagues, associates in England that have died in 4 years since I've been here. And I mean, what did they die of? Stress related, massive heart attack. I mean, some of these people are people who are considered fit. They're not ill, they haven't got cancer, they just drop dead. And I just think it's all stress related, I mean, there is stress here, but it is different.
is. It really is.
I think it really is. It's just different, you know. I will be at home and just not be doing anything, and it just feels good.
I think because there's so much around us to enjoy, it's about the quality of life. There are so many little things to enjoy and appreciate the quality that it takes the distraction of the issue you might be going through, the hard day at work. There is so much to enjoy, and that element of freedom, jump in the car, go to the beach, go to the river for the weekend, the outdoor life, all of these things that are just keeping us alive for me. Yeah.
Well, yeah, you leave work in the evening on a Friday and walk down to Hartlepool Tree. All kinds of things going on all the time. All the time. There's just something different all the time going on.
Yeah. Never a dull day. It's just so much life around the place.
Yeah, you know. But like I said, it does have its negatives, but then so does everywhere else in the world. But you just got to be smart and keep your head on your shoulders and do what you've got to do.
And keep pushing through.
And keep pushing.
And fighting for what you want. And look at you, Icons Consultant. So you focus on visa consultancy and document processing, is that right?
Yeah, document retrieval. Basically what we do is we assist people with making visa applications. Now, I always say to my clients, I make the best visa application based on the information you give me. So tell me exactly what it is, what you've been through. Don't miss something out because you don't like how it sounds. Just tell me. Right. Once you've told me, then I can decide the best way to make an application for you. And when we consider with our track record, 9 out of every 10 applications we make is successful.
Excellent.
So our success rate speaks for itself.
Right.
And then through doing that, what we found is we've got a business that goes on through document retrieval, whereas we have people in the UK, Canada, US, even Europe, who they need their documents. They need their birth certificate, marriage certificate, or a death certificate from someone here in Jamaica. And being in London, they're finding it difficult to get those things. So we're able to retrieve those documents and send them on to them. We can also, we assist people with addition of names because unfortunately, back in the day, a lot of people, they've left Jamaica, gone to England on their passport, then they've decided they want to do a bit of business, their name's spelled incorrectly on their birth certificate. Or they
that happened to my mum actually,
Right, or you haven't got a last name on your birth certificate. So many things that you're born in England, you just wouldn't think about it, but here it's so common. And then not being in the country makes it really difficult to be able to get the information. So as a byproduct of the visas, we came across this a few times. So then we assisted people with getting their visa documents and their getting their RGD documents, birth, marriage or death certificate. You know, we've been able to assist people with getting their land titles. We've been able to assist people with paying off land taxes and things like that.
That's a big thing, this land thing, especially when they're not in the country.
When you're not in the country and you don't know, and I say to people, you can pay all of these things online, but they're not sure of how to go about it. We go out, we retrieve the information, and we give them the information. I go as far as saying, right, this is it. I give them the link to the website. These are your taxes. Here is the receipt. Go online and pay it. We can pay it for them or they pay it themselves. Then people start to be in control of their own business and finances. Because you hear so many horror stories. People have sent money to family or friends and it hasn't been done and,
Still lost in the post,
So so those are the services that we offer people. And, it's doing really well.
Well, it is. It's growing.
Yeah, they're getting the documents the people are getting the documents they want. They're happy with the service, and it's good for us and it's good for them.
Excellent. You're now working on decreasing your working hours and employing more people.
Yeah, exactly.
You're just growing by the minute. So what's next for you?
What's next for me is what I'm looking to do in 2016. We're going to be doing the first Jamaica Hair and Beauty Expo at the Montego Bay Convention Centre.
Wow.
So that's what we've started work on now. It's something that I've always been interested in hair. Before I started my food business, I was a hairdresser. When I left school, I went to college. So hairdressing is still like one of my loves. I still love hairdressing. I used to go to the Bronner Brothers show in Atlanta, Georgia, and I used to go to the Afro Hair and Beauty show. If you remember back when Dyke and Dryden used to do it, when it was originally the Dyke and Dryden show.
Nice.
So, I'm coming old school. So, Yeah, so we're actually putting that together now. We're starting off with round robins for hairdressers next year, where we're going to get the competitions, like local salons doing in-house competitions, and then the winners going off to semis until they get to the finals, until they get to the hair show. Talent stage and talent, show the talent for the hairdressers and beauty consultants in Jamaica, of which there are a lot. Because you've lived here yourself, and you know when it comes to hair and beauty, Jamaicans are...
They top it.
Absolutely. They love it.
Yes.
Yeah. Whatever is going on out there, as soon as it hits the ground, Jamaicans are running with it. They have it.
The latest and hottest, hot off the press. They've just got to have it.
Hotter than the hottest. Whatever's being worn out there, you come to anywhere in Jamaica and you'll just see it, from downtown to uptown. So we're putting together a hair and beauty expo that will rival Bronner Brothers, that will rival Afro Hair and Beauty UK. That's the kind of show that we're putting together at the moment. So it's a year in planning, but we're expecting at the end of it to come out with a show that people are going to fly in to come and see.
Fantastic! Love the vision. Excellent.
Yeah, so that's the next thing. That is the next thing. So even though I will be working 3 days a week, that just means there'll be less time in the office. But I'll still be working. Right. But I just won't have to get up at 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning and get ready to go to the office. That's not my dream for myself. Wow. My dream is sitting by the pool with my laptop,
cocktails,
doing what I've got to be doing, making the call.
The odd call here and there.
Sipping on and doing business. That's what it's about.
Living life. Still making a living, but you have to live as well. Let's live a little, Yeah,
we're all going to die. That's the one thing in life that
guaranteed.
It's what you do in between. That's what makes it special or not special.
Well, Sandra, I am so looking forward to your next venture, and you've been so successful, inspiring. I don't think I can keep up with you just yet, but I'm looking forward to having lunch on the beach somewhere on the North Coast or wherever you choose.
Not a problem. Not a problem. As soon as you get here, you've got my number. Call me.
Yes.
We can go down to the beach. We can go to the sea. Right now they've got Restaurant Week in Jamaica. Right. Restaurant and Reggae Week. So it's eating out every day, breakfast, lunch and dinner. Reggae music. Really?
Nice. Whoa.
Why wouldn't you want to be here?
Exactly. People, book that ticket. Ship that stuff over.
Why wouldn't you want to be here?
And get cracking.
A lobster dinner is a lobster dinner right now? $1,500. You work out 173 to 1. Wow. Where in England are you going to buy a lobster dinner for about £12?
Incredible. Living the life. Congratulations. Wish you the best.
Thank you.
Onwards and upwards. And keep showing people how it's done. Living the life. And I look forward to sharing some of that with you. Yeah.
Okay, whenever you're ready, I'm here. IconsConsultantsJA.com. Come and see us.
Absolutely.
We look forward to doing business with you, and we will get you there.
Thank you, Sandra.
Okay, you're welcome. Speak with you again. Okay, say hi to all of the people in the UK. Rock up warm and keep healthy.
That's the thing you have to tell them, innit? Keep healthy, because they have to start dosing up on this echinacea and honey and lemon and all them things now. Getting ready for the winter months.
For the winter months. Well, I'm going to pick some, actually you say that, I'm going to pick some limes, this is true, but I'm going to add a little honey to that, water and some ice cubes, a little bit of mint leaf. But I think it's about the same recipe.
Just a different effect. Just a different effect.
I'll speak to you soon, Michelle. Stay warm, yeah? Keep in touch.
Thanks, Sandra, and you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to the Home and Away show. We'll be back soon with more from the series. If you would like to comment, suggest a topic or be a guest on the show, send an email to radio@michelledmore.com.